on here. It's definitely an honor. Learned so much from clinics over the years, and it's just an honor to be on here. All right, let me share my screen here. We will get started. If I can. All right. Let's take a look here at the PowerPoint. There we go. All right, so how do I get this thing off here? All right, so creepers and sim pressures. We're going to look at 3 of them: fire, axe, and switch smoke. The first 2 are primarily creepers. Axe is a little bit of both, and the switch smoke is more of a simulated pressure. So I'm going to say thanks before I get started here. Some guys have helped me in my understanding of creepers and simulated pressures: Ron Roberts, Patrick Toney, Brian Vaughn, Kyle Kogan, Adam Gaylor, Chris Vassar, and a big thanks to Coach Camarillo and the Minority Football Coaches Network for having me on. All right, so outline, we're going to look at a little bit of background, and then we'll get into the 3 different pressures. Fire is a field edge pressure, axe is a linebacker to the A gap, and switch smoke is boundary pressure with the line stunt where the end comes upfield, and then the DB will come underneath them. All right, so what is creeper simulated pressure? It's just a pressure that brings a non-traditional rusher, a linebacker or defensive back, in exchange for dropping a traditional rusher, one of the defensive linemen. All right, so it seems like these things are new, and I did a lot of research. I wrote an article on my blog a while back, and dug through tons of playbooks, and I finally found out that Bill Arnsparger was the one who invented the creepers and sim pressures along with the fire zone. So he's probably the most important defensive coach in the history of football for that. Oh, shoot, go back. All right, so what's the difference between creeper and sim pressure? And I first started studying these, I didn't really know. Ron Roberts was kind enough to let me know what the difference was. A creeper is where you're just showing the base look. I'm not looking like I'm blitzing. I'm just going to bring a guy after the snap and then drop off defensive lineman. Now, simulated pressure, it looks like we're blitzing. So here we got a 6-man front, and we're bringing this guy up. So it looks like we got 7. Looks like we're playing cover 0, but really we're going to drop out and just rush 4 and play coverage, play our base coverage, dropping 7. So that's the difference between the 2. All right, so why run them? All right, you're going to get the best of both worlds, pressure and coverage. If you don't have the talent, scrambled scene, attack the run game, use aggression to solve your problems. Quarterbacks are getting a lot better, and the ability to manipulate protections is very big. Getting the quarterback to move off the spot, doing some studies on this in the offseason here, looking at evaluating different protections and seeing what you're doing to the quarterback, whether you can move them in the pocket off a spot or if you can get them to scramble outside the pocket or get a hit on them. All those things are not sacks, but they are effective in affecting the quarterback and being efficient in defense. And the last one is getting the one-on-one matchups and bad angles for the backs and the offensive line and pass pro. Okay, so best of both worlds. Bill Arnsparger developed these, like we said. He said he wanted to get pressure on the quarterback without exposing the secondary. He said these things are different because the defensive line usually rushes and now dropping out to one of the short zones to replace the linebacker or DB that blitzes. Because the blitzer's path is difficult for the offensive line to adjust. And they allow you to manipulate protection and force the quarterback to get rid of the ball quicker than he wants to. So you can have the best of both worlds, pressure and coverage. You can play your favorite coverage, not just cover 0 or cover 3 fire zone that you might not be comfortable with. So you can play your favorite coverage with these, which is something I like about them. All right, don't have the talent scramble scene. So looking at some Dave Aranda stuff over the weekend. It's all going to be based on 3 or 4 coverage that we've got. So we're just building and exchanging jobs. Someone is rushing is now dropping, or someone else is rushing. So just swapping jobs. So you got a hook dropper. It could be a defensive lineman. It could be defensive back. It could be a linebacker. So all these different jobs, they're switching them out. It's causing confusion for the offense. Okay, so if your skill doesn't match theirs, how do you pressure the quarterback when your front 4 can't? We had to find a better option to get to the quarterback. another way. Patrick, Tony, ULL. So if you're rushing 4, dropping 7, you can play all the coverages known to man. If you rush 5, well, now there's starting to be holes. And when you rush 6, now there's major holes. So Jay Bateman said he's trying to find a way to bring the least amount of players and have the most of coverage create the most havoc. And that's what it's all about. All right, Brian Vaughn, he explained to me that creepers aren't really pressures as much as a way to get movement to attack the run game, and also to get from a 3-man front to a 4-man front, either over or under, which is an important thing. All right, Jay Bateman said, I'm going to dictate to you. We're going to solve all our problems with aggression. If I'm pressuring, you have to deal with that. That limits how many plays you can run. And it's kind of ironic that he said that, because I was looking at an article this weekend, and I posted that on Twitter. In 2018, his last year at Army, he only rushed 6 one time out of the whole year. So he's bringing 4 or 5, but he's still looking to dictate to the offense and cause pressure with just bringing 4 or 5, because you're bringing them from different angles and you're causing confusion for the offensive lineman. All right, quarterbacks are better nowadays. All right, so quarterbacks are able to take advantage of fire zones and man coverage. So defenses have to stay one step ahead. These offensive guys are really pushing the bill here the last few years with RPOs and everything. So you got to create hesitation for the quarterback, have multiple fronts, coverages, and changing up the 4th rusher. All right, I like this one I saw. If you can't figure out the protection, force the protection. So Jay Bateman had a really good clinic. Coach G on Twitter has been doing those clinics, doing a great job also. All right, Dave Rand says, so much of what we do is simulate pressure, talking about manipulating protection. So there are things where all you're doing is bringing 4 guys, but it looks like more than that. So you're attacking protections, you're seeing how people block, and then you're going to set up your defense. So if they block it that way, you can attack the weakness. So it's all about seeing what they're doing and strategically attacking the weaknesses of that protection. Getting the quarterback to move off spot, talk about it a little bit. When you get the quarterback to move, it has a big effect on completion percentage. I saw a stat on that a long time ago. I wish I'd saved that, but it is going to affect your completion percentage for quarterbacks. And when I started studying these, I noticed that it seemed like there's abnormally high percentage of QB movements and scrambles compared to other pressures, because the quarterback is going to speed up his clock when he sees the 2nd or 3rd level player coming. And then what's that going to do? He's going to start to panic a little bit, because he's going to look for the easy throw, and it's not going to be there like he's used to seeing against the fire zone or man coverage. So the quarterback's going to start to see ghosts, and he's going to start scrambling when it really doesn't even have to. So it's just a 4-man rush, but it's going to spook the guy. And you'll see that on film. All right, so creepers and sims are more about getting preferred matchup than getting a free runner on the quarterback. You will see some free runners come through on some of these clips, but for the most part, you're getting the good matchup on the back, or you're getting offensive linemen to have to block from a bad angle. And those things will make a big difference in your defense. All right, so let's take a look at fire 3. So simple edge pressure. Let's go ahead, and from here, we're in a mint front or tight front. So 2 4 eyes and a 0. 4 eyes going to try to get inside the guard. The nose, depending on your nose, he's going to try to get to the B gap, but you know those guys are kind of big. He's really just rushing the guard, and he might come inside the A gap. So run fit, we'll talk about here in a minute. The will could be A or B gap player. And then before I hear my D tackle, he's going to be my contain rush. And then we're playing just country cover 3 here, although we could do rip Liz on this, curl flat, 3rd players. All right, let's go ahead and go to the film here. All right, so that's the mint front we just looked at. All right, let's look at the run fits here before we show the little film on that. All right, we talked about nose trying to get to the B's, rushing the guard. So he's going to be air B gap player, and the will's going to play off of him. Outside here, the tackle's going to be C gap. So we got C. Those 2 got A and B. My defensive end here, he's going to work to the A gap, and so we're gonna have our Mike here. He's going to be looking to fill. He looked to fill B and then help out on the C gap as well if he he can get that. And then we got a quarterback player here. And then a late player will be the curl flat player. Although Rip Liz been seeing a lot more advantages of that, and I probably should have drawn that up. But if this guy's going to have to hold here because the back's to his side, so you're thinking RPO, the bonus player in Rip Liz is going to be the deep safety. So he can, because he knows this guy here is sort of man coverage on that guy, so he can come and fill and be the late bonus player on that. All right, let's take a look. All right, so this is the U.S. Army Edge football app got there. Looking at the run fits. Mike's gonna take a rocker step, come back, meet the running back. So the pressure here is gonna cut the running back off. He's gonna cut it back right to the Mike linebacker. All right, let's look at it. Switch the back. Ah, shoot. And we just totally lost where we were at, didn't we? Okay, right here. That's not my bad, guys. All right, here we go. So same movement for us. Now zone's coming the other way. So my conflict player here, he's gonna have to hold for this RPO on this side a little bit. Although I did talk about how quarterbacks are doing RPO the other way. You post snap, you can read the eyes, but that's a whole nother topic. All right, so slant outside, we got C gap. We're gonna be the quarterback player. Will's gonna take A or B, depending on what the nose can do. DN's gonna slant to the A. Mike's gonna be B gap player, and then there's our C gap player outside. And then as far as a late bonus player, it would be this guy here once he sees the ball, his handoff, not just coming in and letting him throw the RPO behind him. And then Rip Liz, our bonus player, would be our deep safety. So watch this one. Coming off the edge. Gonna look like that. Should have two guys outside, not really cut back on that. So he'll probably hit up the middle. All right, let's look at the film here. All right, so it's gonna be our field strong safety right here. He's gonna come off the edge, nickel, where you want to call him. These D linemen are gonna slant to the top. I think he's gonna drop down, play Rip Liz is what they're doing on this first one. All right, he's gonna match him up. All right, so the quarterback's got to move a little bit. He does find an outlet. Good job making the tackle for a short gain. Almost got the ball out there, didn't get it though. Yeah, let's see how they protect this here. So like I said, we're gonna be slanting to the right of our screen. Pick it up. But like I said, there's good coverage, so he's having to move in the pocket. So there's no gimmies, there's no hot throws. So the quarterback's having to work if he does get a completion. All right, now let's look at that as a sim. Ah, shoot. All right, so now we're coming from the field and we're bringing up two guys off the boundary edge, walking them up. So we're blocking this backer up here, and we got the our hybrid guy, our bandit or a jack linebacker, what do you want to call him. He's walked up also. So probably what the offensive line is thinking, we're gonna have to slide this to the boundary here, and that's gonna open up our field pressure. So when we talk about simulated pressures, if you're coming from the right, you want to fake it to the left. You're coming from the outside, you want to fake it on the inside. Okay, so right here, this DB right here is going to be the one coming. This outside backer is going to come inside. Although I'd like to see him engage the tackle. Okay, so they force incompletion. All right, so like I said, 48 here, I'd like to see him attack that inside shoulder of this tackle or run through him to try to occupy this guy. And 28. I don't know if that's freelance when they let him do that, but we'd like him to stay outside, aim and point 1 yard outside the near back. And now there's a tag here. Let's take a look at this, the bird tag. So this is telling you that now the blitzer is going to be the dive player, and then the backer is going to scrape outside for the quarterback. So they're switching up. So like we talked about, defense, a lot of defense today is going to be about switching jobs and being able to do that effectively to cloud the look up for the offense. So in zone read, this is an effective look. All right, so this is Army right here, I believe. All right, so coming off the edge right here, watch this linebacker. He's going to scrape outside. So they got back to him. They're going to give it to him on the zone. He's going to hawk this one down, I believe. Yep. Very good. And looking at film just over the years, with zone read over, past 10 years or so, probably the most effective pressure is just bringing a guy off the edge and slanting the D line, just creating movement. What I've seen, that's probably the easiest and the most effective one. Like I said, here he's down to get the dive. This backer here is over top, scraping for the quarterback. So they're good to go. Good pressure. Let's take a look at this one. Coming off the edge here. He's got the dive all the way. Scraper's got the quarterback. We're in good shape. Can't remember if this is Villanova or not. Okay, good job there. So switching up the look for the offense is a big thing. All right, so anytime you're bringing the edge pressure, switch call is something you want to look at, whether it's as a 5-man pressure or as a 4-man creeper here. You're going to have to make some calls to help you out in coverage. And it's not always going to be the strong safety that's a blitzer. It's going to be whoever is the force player. Now, for me, if it's 2x2, my will is going to be my overhang over here to the boundary. And if it's 3x1, I'm going to switch him over to the field to be the overhang. So he's going to apex this or however you want to line him up. That way I keep my mic in the box and let this guy out here that's an athlete, more of an athlete, play in space. So he's my force player. He's a coverage first player. So they're going to switch jobs. And it's going to be 3 players going to be affected on this. So the free safety was my curl flat or my rip Liz guy. Now he's going to drop down, be a hook player on number 3. And strong safety was blitzing. Now he's a curl flat player. And then the will was the hook player. Now he's giving that job to the free. He's going to come off the edge here. Let's take a look how the switch call. And that's for any edge pressure. You're going to have some coverage adjustments. So guys got to communicate. You see George communicating here, communicate to the free safety. He's going to drop on down. He's going to be so bringing him right there. Not quite how exactly what we had drawn up, but pressure comes from outside the screen, walking up, flipping the back, full slide, and they kind of messed it up. I think the back probably supposed to have him, but man, it's a good throw right there. So sometimes they get you, but the quarterback hits will add up over time. All right, now let's look at it from a 4-man front. So we'd make a field call, set the 3 technique to the field. Now, if you got 2 guys that are equal, that's kind of how I draw it up. So I like to keep them in left and right hand stance so they can get good in their stance and come off the ball quick. So he could play a 1 or a 3. So he's at a 3 right now. He's going to slant and bring the guy off the edge here. Like we talked about, you want to engage this tackle here if you're the defensive end. You don't want to just come inside and let him come off on the blitzer. All right, LSU, let's take a look here. All right, so bringing this guy right here. We're 4-man front. That looks like a mint front, but okay, so quarterback starting to see ghost a little bit. And that was probably more coverage sack than anything. But like I said, that's the beauty of these creepers sims is that, yeah, it's definitely meant front. All right, the beauty of it is that you can play your base coverage behind it. And quarterback sees a second level player coming, he gets a little antsy, and then guys got to do a good job of hustling and keep working to the quarterback. And that's what they did there. Okay, here's a 4-man front. Okay, so he should come inside, bringing this guy right here. Okay, he doesn't really engage the tackle there like we'd like him to. All right, so they completed, but very short. Work inside, work outside, contain rush. He's going to drop off, take one step, jamming, then looks like he's the curl flat guy. And our hook dropper's right there. Let's watch another NFL one. All right, so not much of a field boundary here, but that's him coming off the field side. And guys cover downfield, so quarterback's got nowhere to go with the ball. Now he does get rid of it at the end. Should have been a sack. Now let's take a look at the end zone. All right, let's see if this end here. All right, so this is sim pressure here. They're bringing guys up and walking guys up, walking DB up. So they got 6 on the line, dropping them out, making it confusing. And quarterback before the snap is already getting a little worried. And then he sees a second level player coming. He gets a little nervous. So not a sack, but a hit, and we'll take that hit. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, so now we're playing cover 4. Like we said, you can play whatever is your favorite coverage. I'm a quarters 2 read guy, so this is what I like right here. So our slice player, that's our flat player. We're looking to get underneath the 5-yard out of number 2 on both sides, and matching vertical with our corners and safeties. And in the back, man match, he's going to match wherever number 3 goes. And then number 2 and 3 can obviously switch. So they would, he would match up in the number 3. All right, Gators. That's LSU empty. Compressed sets are good for bringing pressure. Short edges. Obviously communicating there. It's going to be your drop guy. This is an effective pressure against LSU. They ran this a few times. I think this is the only time they did get them. Joe Burrow is a really good scrambler in the pocket. All right, let's look at it here. All right, so Slayton got a guy right here, 4 technique, which you can't hardly see. He's coming aside, engaging the tackle. Let's look at that one again. This is really good. Now LSU is going to pick it up. They're going to do a great job picking up here in a little bit. But right here in this one, you see him engaging the tackle, and they were able to bring edge guy free. And finally get him. All right, here's another one. 3rd and 9. Florida's going to come back to it. I believe this is one they're going to fan out. They're going to fan out here. The tackle's going to take up the rusher. Guard's going to take up this end right here. Center's going to get the 3 technique. All right, so check with me. Somebody might have tipped it off there on the defensive side. So you got to be careful that you're trying to make everything look pre-snap the same. So LSU picks that up good. So they got to dig her out over the middle. I said, run. This is a sim right here. He's walking up, trying to keep him from sliding. But LSU passes that off really good. Those guys are pretty good. Yeah, I got about 5 more minutes left in this video here for the first one. Now, given a this is simulated pressure look here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not really a field here, so we're gonna call that spot in the middle. We're gonna call him the edge rusher. Oh, bringing this guy right here. Let's look at that again. So he's wide in. He's engaging the tackle. Edge rusher comes free. So we talk about coaching points, little things. You know, everybody and their brother is going to have all these things drawn up in a playbook, but what's going to separate the good coaches from the average coach is these little techniques here. So number 45 here, getting to the inside shoulder of that tackle is going to make this play go. He's going to end up taking 2. We got a free runner. Like we said, those don't happen all the time, but they're nice when they do happen. And it comes from doing the little things right. All right, Memphis and Iowa State. All right, so coming right here. Play cover 4. Contain rusher, got to do a better job. But see big guys working. Incomplete. So you notice in these cutups, there's a lot of scrambles. A lot of QB scrambles. So tied in here. He gets a little bit of that tackle. An outside rusher, like we said, could have done a better job containing that thing, but we got our big guy working hard. Got to reward those big guys for hustling. Good job, 92. All right, so here's the fire the bird adjustment. So coming off the edge, looking to hit that dive, Mike's going to scrape and get the quarterback. Just swapping jobs. So we can do it in cover 3, we can do it in cover 4. All right, so here he's going to come. This backer here is going to scrape. Okay, this is the one where the backer didn't scrape. All right, let's look at it again here. Now with the offense, if they'd have ran a naked boot here, we'd be in trouble, because this guy here, if he knows that we got a dive rusher, he's going to have to come outside and get the quarterback. So even though his back's turned, he could have booted that. Look at here. Cover 4. I come from here. So the slot corners and press alignment. So if you're showing that a lot, that's an easy blitz, short edge right there. Okay, there's an example of the back having a difficult angle. Got to make that tackle there. So it's about bad angles, about matchups. So we're getting an edge rusher on the back here. Him coming from this side to make that block is a lot harder than if he was already over there. So we talk about creating bad angles for the offense, and picking this up is one of the big things about these creepers and sims. So the back doesn't do a bad job, but we just got to do a little better job tackling on the back end. All right, let's look at it here. Excuse me. All right, so this is cover 1. So what we're going to do in cover 1 is these guys will, these guys will double here. Which way the back goes, one of these 2 guys will get them, and then if he goes away, you'll be the rat player. Let's take a look here. All right, so from ball's kind of in the middle here, bringing this guy. Burrow's got to double pump it and run for his life here. Short scramble and a hit. We like it. Okay, so he's already pointing out the potential edge rusher. 58's got to get a little piece of him. Doesn't really, but engages. Good job, inside guys. And then my hook droppers right there. I got a minute left here on this video. All right, so here's cover one out of a dime look. All right, so bring in one of these guys. Free runner. Make sure you're aiming 1 yard outside the near back. Good job. And that keeps you from getting the quarterback outside of you. Let's see if we engage. If we're in dime, we can still engage his tackle here. He does a little bit. Tackle never even sees the rusher coming. All right, one more cut up. Michigan again. As we run the little power read play with the run back being the quarterback. And like we said, movement, just moving the gaps makes a big difference. So power read's hard play to fit up, but for moving guys, bottling that thing up, it's a good job. All right, let's take a look at some acts here. Okay. All right. X is linebacker A-gap pressure, and it could be the Mike or the Will. And then we could also run a cross axe. So cross axe, that would be, so this one we're setting to the back. So we would call, we'd set it to the back. Mike's gonna make a call to the nose, tell him go opposite. And then if we ran a cross axe, the Will is across the other side. He would hit the A-gap. And now my Mike would be my fallback player on zone read, which is nice because he's a little closer to the to scrape there and get that than the Will is right now, who would be the quarterback player. And then 2010 Jets ran this. This is, it looks kind of an over front. It's actually a three-man front. They're just shading it a little weird. You got a 4, you got a shade, you got a 3, but it's similar to how you run out of a even front. So I got a backer coming, and then the nose, he's going to work opposite like he does in the three-man front. All right, so let's look at it against zone read. So we're setting it to the back, which is a good against zone read. Mike's going to hit the A-gap hard. Their center is going to ID the Will as my 0, and he doesn't have a gap here because we got C, B, A, we got A, and we got B. So he's going to take a step here and get him to work a little wide off that double team. Then he's going to come on back here and get the quarterback. And then our late bonus player at a regular country cover 3 is going to be our strong safety, although he's going to have to hold for this. But if we were Rip Liz, our deep safety or middle field guy, he'd be able to come in and help out late. Let's check out the film here. X. And I apologize, I had more of this film on X, but the last 2 days I've been trying to burn it, but the slow motion on it, it kind of screws it up, so I haven't been able to burn that part out, but there is one clip of it, man-free, that I'll show you. All right, left call, there it is, zone read. Let's look at it in the U.S. Army app. So like we said, this is a run creeper, but we will show it as a sim here in a little bit. So Mike's going to hit it, and Will backer, he's going to come all the way on back to the other side. Watch it again, slow-mo, come on around, bottle it up. Okay. All right, let's look at the other side. Now the back's on the other side. Now this is going to be my quarterback player. So we got a safety going to drop down and play Rip Liz or curl flat. That's my middle of the field guy. So he can be a bonus player, or he can if the ball comes out the front door, that's his gap. But if we can get penetration here by one of these two guys, so away from the zone, if you can get penetration, you can eliminate a gap. So if we could eliminate the C gap, then we're gonna come here and then we'll have an extra hat, which is nice. So Mike's going to hit it, play the C gap first, and then come on back and be a bonus guy. All right, so play that first, Will, come on back, get your extra hat, help out. Now let's take a look at it. All right, this is Ohio State against Clemson a few years back. All right, so backers walked up. He's going to give a call. He's going to blitz it to the back. On the back end, we're playing cover 3. And that's everything put together there. Now the 4 eyes, they're responsible for B gap against the run, but if it's passed, they're going to work outside. Okay, so like we said, it's about matchups. So we got a good matchup with the back on our Mike backer. Let's take a look here. Running back blocks up. Anytime we get a guy in the A gap coming on the back, we feel like we should win that one every time. And you can either overpower that guy or juke him. That's the end zone here. Right. Coming here, coming here. Do a little swim on the back. Make a move in the pocket. That guy was pretty good too there, number 4, Deshaun Watson. So guys, we'll make plays, but I mean, these guys are like all world, all universe guys. Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson. The average quarterback, especially the average high school quarterback, he's gonna have a hard time doing this. All right, let's take a look at my Gators. All right, so showing a 5-man front. Coming up the middle. Making them scramble. Now, a whole lot didn't work that great on LSU this year, but this is one of the most effective pressures that I saw. They were, when I was charting, I think we had, out of the first 8 ones I saw, they completed maybe 2 out of the first 8, which on anything against this offense is just amazing. All right, so 5-man fronts. We ain't really talked about 5-man fronts, but the 5-0 front, the beauty of that is whatever protection they're in is just going to be a 5-0 protection. So, I mean, I got him, you got him, guard's got him, tackle's going to go out to him. That's how they're going to block it. Doesn't matter if it's half man, half slide. It's just going to turn into big on big because there's no uncovered guy to make the slide. Working here, coming free. Make that guy work. Make that guy run, hit him. All right, Georgia. Now he's gonna, can't remember what he does. He makes a weird move. Okay, he's coming A gap still. Get him from the backside. I want to say he shows the B gap and then he comes to the A gap here. Let's take a look at it. Number 11 coming. No, that's a different one. All right, he's just coming straight A gap. And then the other guys are doing a good job helping out on the pass rush. So the wide 5s will help out on the pass rush, where if you're in mint front, the 4 eyes, it's going to take them a while to work back outside. So they're not going to be in the rush quite as well. And now we're looking at cover 4. Same deal. The rush on the back end, running quarters, 2 read. All right, so LSU's in a compressed set here. That's tight end. All right, Auburn's running that weird stack stuff there. But this was an effective one with Auburn against LSU. that game I looked at this year. They did a good job with this one. You got to have athletes to play cover one against LSU, but Auburn matched up pretty well. Florida probably could have done a little more than this. What they did, they kind of sat in the zone and got ate up a little bit. Good here. We see guys matching up. Not much. That's Florida's got a 5-0 look here. Gonna bring him. Dropping off the 2 edge guys. Good coverage. So quarterbacks really don't like that inside pressure. See that big guy coming at you, I got rid of that ball. Not a whole lot of options there. Good coverage. All right, national championship game. This actually is at a dime. I got that drawn up here. Show that real quick. Okay, so this is kind of a different blitz. The saving guys, they call this Bears one rat, but you're gonna, and you can do it kind of different ways, but you're gonna set your big guys to the back, and he's got a green dog. So if he swings, I got him. But if not, I'm gonna come inside and I'm gonna hug that back and I'll work to the quarterback. And then what LSU did is they ran out of dime here. They brought this guy down, and these two were playing the back or the rat. So one would be a low hole player, the other would take the back here. Let's get back to that film. So that's what Clemson's doing right here. So he's logged on. And you got him and him are working the back. So he pulls it. Can't even tell that was a RPO. It got so good. Good coverage. Let's look at it from here. So Clemson did a pretty good job here bringing us back, or they'd run a little pick stuff too with these two guys. And they did a good job in that first half, but these guys are pretty sporty over here. Good coverage there by the boundary corner. That's why you want your best guy right there. Right, here it is again. So we're locking up man, lock. We're gonna bring this guy down and one of these backers and bring this guy down. These two will have the back. He's gonna pick up the back. He's my low hole guy. Good coverage. So like I said, this little pressure did pretty well against LSU. There weren't a whole lot of things that worked against them, but this was on the short list. Now we see real tight 4 eyes. That's gonna help them to get outside. But they're gonna play that B gap first in the run before they get outside. All right, so Mike shows it the other way. Good rush there by the edge guy. Good coverage. And then number 11's not bad either. All right, let's see Georgia. I think this is what where I was thinking of, where the guy looks like he's blitzing the B gap and he comes to A gap. And then we're playing man. One of these safeties will drop down. And then the other inside backer, well, here they're empty, so there's no banjo. One of these, he's going to go ahead and get number 3. Yeah, there it is. So he said rush up. Where's my contain guy down here? So this is the one play where they did get beat a little bit on this pressure, but if you do your job here with the contain rush, that's a no play right there. And there's no excuse because this guy's already in a 5 technique. I could see if he was in a type 4 eye, but he's already outside. He's got to stay outside. If he does that, this will get home. So Georgia's already in the shade front. No, I didn't see which way he come. I'm assuming he's going to stay in this A gap here, and then we're going to get blitz here in this A gap. All right, he's going to show B, but he's going to work to the A. So he's just trying to set that guard up. Why did you come inside? That's the thing with man. If you're disciplined up on the front end with the your rush lanes, guy can scramble a little bit. He's going to hurt you. Here's another one. 3-by-1. So the safety's down. This backer's coming. This backer here. This guy, that they didn't cover the back on this one. That was this one. But one of these two should be on the back. All right, he's wrong, I think. All right, but I tried to the boundary. And I got it. That guy's pretty accurate. And working the A, working the A. Good outside rush. That's close. It's not bad coverage. Make them work if you do give up one. All right, so empty. All right, so safeties can come over for the back. That's good. That's a good matchup. Don't want really the backer to run out there. This guy's pretty good. All right, going opposite, coming A gap. All right, this was like a fourth. I can't remember what this was. Just a busted play. I'm not sure was that QB draw or what that was, but just a disaster. All right, added 2-man. Okay, so 2-man, you're losing your low hole player. So now instead of outside leverage, you play outside leverage, man. If you got help inside, now you don't have help inside, so you have to play inside leverage in my 2 slot guys. So is that a dime? That's my dime back, or my S2, where you want to call them. And then we're going to match up here on the back. All right, LSU or Auburn's playing that little stack there. Matching up on the back, matching. Good coverage. And this looks tough here. You don't know where you're supposed to count that guy in the rush count or not. Good rush, good coverage. That's the thing. The rush and the coverage work together really well in this concept. All right, last one, switch smoke. All right, let's just look at it like this. All right, so we got a line stunt here. So a line is where my DN goes straight up field, or in this case, that's my outside backer, my hybrid guy, and then we got a guy coming underneath of him. And could be a number of guys. You can do the same concept with the corner as well, and doesn't really change it up that much, or the weak safety. So wheels coming underneath. Good coach point got from my man Adam Gaylor is this guy's really wants to try to work the other side of the A gap here to open this up even more for him. Let's go ahead and take a look at that film there. Now there's not really run fits. It's going to be pretty much the same as what we set on fire, except we're switching up 2 guys. So this isn't really a run stunt, it's more of a pass rush concept, but it's good against, it's still okay against a run. It's nothing, we're not bringing 4 to a side or anything like that, so we're still good if they do run the ball. Yeah, switch smoke. Right, let's talk a little bit about 5-0 fronts. So we're limited pass protection. We've talked about a little bit. So half man, half slide. The rule is the uncovered guy starts the slide, but there's no uncovered man. So everybody's going to have to lock on man. And then what's going to happen here is going to open up. The tackle's going to block him. If the guard locks on him, now you got a huge hole in between those. In this one, you do see some free runners. All right, this is a big play for the Gators here. All right, this is a third down in the game. Get a pick 6 here, wins the game for them. Watch this one open up here. Like I said, playing press on that slot guy that opens up a lot of blitz opportunities for you. And pick 6 right here is for Joe Burrow, was Joe Burrow. And that sealed the game right there. So they saved this one. They had this one in the back pocket. So this is good. When you can run this to the field also. Cuts underneath that thing to the house. From the end zone here. All right, so he's going to come all the way inside. So you start from a 5, and he's going to come inside, working here, dropping this guy off. Bam. Another good thing, key point about the 5-0 fronts. Now here, this is pretty much your regular 3-man front. This is my Mike backer. He's going to drop off. What you want to do for this guy here is you want to keep these big guys, keep their job consistent. You know, he's not going to be able to be a curl flat dropper. He's just going to have to drop to the field side hook, just keep his job the same every time. So you can run different 5-0 fronts. Another common one is have the mic in the middle, and then with 2 wide 9s and 2-3 techniques. So like they call it TCU, they call it outlaw. So it'd be like a outlaw 5-0 front with the mic in the middle. Problem with that is you're switching up guys' jobs, and you don't really want to do that. So if you want to switch up jobs, you can do different personnel groups, different dime groups where you got 2 backers here. Now those guys can do any drop because they're used to dropping. Thing opens up. Now you got a guy on the back there, but that's the matchup you want. Quarterback has to get rid of it early. And that's game. All right, here it is again. All right, come from this side. So that motion's gonna come over the sack. All right, so he's gonna jet upfield. Looks like he comes outside here. Let's see what goes on this one. So he's starting inside. Really like him to be head up on the slot there, work underneath. All right, let's look at here. All right, so this is out of a 4-man front. Now 3 technique. Try to get the other side center. Give yourself a lot of room for that wheel to work in here. Run on the Patriots. All right, so this guy's coming. He's coming upfield. Short completion, but making those guys work. And this guy's not bad either. Gets red before he can even hit him. Let's watch Titans again. Short side. Ball's kind of in the middle. Okay, coming up here. Got a matchup on the back. Beat that guy. All right, coverage helps out there. Gets rid of it, but we get a hit on him. Anytime we hit the quarterback, that is a good thing. All right, 1-on-1 with the back. Got to beat that. All right, you let him get into your chest. All right, smash that guy. Good. All right, here. All right, this guy kind of gives it away. I'd like to see him right here, out here. Let this guy work upfield so he kind of gives it away. Could have done a lot better job there. Let that thing open up like the Red Sea. Kind of like the movie Days of Thunder. You just you got to go to your spot. You got to trust that it's going to be there. Let those guys do their job. All right, this is a sim right here. All right, so we're showing the 5-0 front, so they're gonna big on big that thing. All right, big on big here is awesome because I'm gonna get him, and then he should come in through, and then get a one-on-one with the back, and then we're now this one you might want to have a different personnel package on this. Although your field DN, if he's a good athlete, he can do this without too much problem to the boundary. Cover that guy if he swings. He's got to get on his horse a little bit, but that pressure should be able to get there. Yeah, Lamar Jackson back there is Boston College. Don Brown, now Michigan. He does a lot of good sim pressure looks. So showing pressure one way, bringing it the other way. One of the best at it. Good sack there. So got a 5-0 front and a guy walked out. So showing a 6-man front. Blame this one on the coach. Coach got to check a better play than this. Motion the back end to help out. All right, offensive line. See those guys chasing ghosts. A lot of unblocked players. Tennessee and Alabama. Alabama defense going to come from this side. All right, walking the mic up. So there's a 4-man line. Walking the mic up into a 5-0. And then go bring this guy right here, looks like. So force him into big on big. Got a free guy coming. And like I said, you could run this to the field just as easily. It's a very good pressure. Probably my favorite one. So actually they do slide because they got the back to help out. Good hit. I got 2 minutes left here on the film. Texas, that looks like Baylor. I come from down here. Get upfield. Yeah. All right, a 3 technique, got to engage that guard. All right, good coverage downfield. Nowhere to go. Quarterbacks are used to having easy throws when they see pressure, but the good thing with the simulated pressure is there is no easy throw. I'd like to see him engage a little bit. Good job. All right, switch smoke 1. All right, this is out of a 4-man front. Now we got my field DN and my Mike, our man on the back, running the same pressure over here. Got a guy in the middle of the field. LSU gonna bring him, looks like. Good coverage, can we make a tackle? Yeah. I gotta make tackles on the back end. All right, come up field, see the guard. See how he plays this 3 technique here. All right, he's got to show a little bit though, so they don't just full slide it. So got to show a threat. All right, so the 3 technique works across center. That's pretty good. And that's the last one. All right. All right. So on my website, which is coachhoover.blogspot.com, you can get a copy of this PowerPoint. And there's some other articles that I've written on creepers and sim pressure, the origin of sim pressures. That's one of the better ones I've ever written. That one, that's a very good one. And then we talked about Fire 3 today. And then we talked about the difference between creepers and sims. And then we talked about, we did switch smoke. And then I also did an article on regular smoke, which just bring the guy off the edge to the boundary. All right, so hit me up on Twitter, email me if you guys got any questions. And let's see if there's any hands up or anything like that.
Yeah, good stuff, Coach. Thank you. I appreciate it. It says, are there any questions, guys? Anybody got any questions, coaches? Hands up. Anybody? All right.
All right.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Did really good job of getting that described and communicating that. Appreciate it. Lots of good stuff. Guys that are on this call, I appreciate you for joining in this morning. We're going to come back here this afternoon. I'll send another. There'll be 2 other speakers this afternoon. I'll send another link here in a little bit, and we'll get back after this afternoon. Visit Coach's website. Some of the stuff he's got. He spent a lot of time putting a lot of stuff together. I've visited a number of times, and there's a lot of information there. So, like he says there, extra reading. It's all good stuff. So appreciate you.
Film
Coach
on there
Hoover.
too, guys. Film on there also.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. All right, Coach Hoover. Thank you. Thanks everybody, and we'll catch you later this afternoon, guys. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Coach.
See ya. Thanks you.